Hey guys, it's Ross the Science Boss, and I'm outside on this beautiful day to teach you about the wonderful changes that are happening because it's spring. Spring to me means the rejuvenation of old life and the beginning of new life, and there's changes happening in plants and animals, insects and mammals. So stick with me and I'll take you on my nature walk and teach you about all these cool changes that are happening like right now. I mean, right now. Like, I'm sitting on some change. You probably got change happening in your floorboards and your house walls. There's change in your backyards, front yards. So stick with me and I'm going to teach you all about it. So I'm at Eden Park in Cincinnati, Ohio, to talk to you guys about plants. So plants need a few things in order to survive. They need sunlight, warmth, water, and soil. Over the winter, the ground is too cold, we don't get a lot of sunlight, and we don't get a lot of rain either. So plants are usually bare, or the seeds are lying dormant underground. In the spring, the days get longer, we get more sunlight, we get a lot more rain, and the soil warms up. And so that tells the trees and the grass and the flowers and all the plants that it's time to start making leaves, seeds, and fruit. So check this out. Plants feed themselves through a process called photosynthesis. Specialized green plant organelles called chloroplasts combine sunlight, water, and carbon dioxide to produce sugar that the plant then uses as energy. That energy allows the plant to grow more established roots, more leaves to bring in more sunlight, flowers to attract pollinators, and to make pollen and nectar. Can you guess which plants are ready to be pollinated? Alright guys, I caught some cool spider behavior when I sat down for a drink of water. This little guy is about to fly. Spiders do a really cool behavior called ballooning that allows them to possibly escape from predators, stay away from other not-so-friendly spiders, and even help them find a new place with more abundant resources. Spiders will tiptoe around and raise their abdomens in the air, then release their silk into the sky and take off. Some scientists have shown spiders test the strength of air currents by raising their front two legs in the air and using small sensory hairs on their legs called trichobothria. They can gauge wind speed and direction before they release their silk. Other scientists have shown spiders use the same hairs to detect the Earth's electromagnetic field. Then they use the force generated from their negatively charged silk, repelling the negatively charged surface of the Earth, to launch themselves into the positively charged atmosphere. Of course, spiders are no pilots, as they've been found 2.5 miles up in the air and even 1,000 miles out at sea. Charles Darwin even pondered the thousands of small red Argentinian spiders that covered the famous HMS Beagle when they were 60 miles offshore. Well, looks like my friend is off to the next adventure. Let's keep going with ours. Whoa! An example of the coevolution between plant and insect traits can be seen right before our eyes, right now. This flower is giving this bee a reward for moving its pollen around. That reward is in the form of protein-rich pollen and sugary nectar. A plant has to advertise these rewards, so they use bright-colored flowers and alluring scents to get pollinators to visit them. One of the happier accidents in nature is having pollinators attracted to scents we also find delightful and not like rotting flesh, which is a favorite among many fly species. The bright and pretty colors in flowers are due to what pollinators are attracted to. Birds and butterflies are attracted to the color red, whereas bees see red as black, so they rarely visit red flowers. Nighttime pollinators, such as moths, tend to visit white flowers because they're easier to see at night. Flowers and insects can have specialties which lead to traits such as hummingbirds' longer beaks and unique flower shapes such as those seen in orchids. Can you hypothesize which pollinators will visit the plants in your neighborhood? noticed there are more birds outside? Migratory birds that are native to the Americas, such as sparrows and woodpeckers, can be seen in our backyards once spring rolls around, as they're returning from their winter getaway several hundred miles south of us. Other birds that don't migrate, such as robins and sparrows, also make a more common appearance at the start of spring, because they're leaving their overwinter nests and shelters to be more active again. Nobody fully understands how and when birds make their journey up north, but they do come back when temperatures warm up and food sources return. And love is in the air for most wildlife in the spring, and birds are no exception. Once they're back in action, birds will look for mates, feed on their favorite food sources, and even become more territorial over food and nesting sites. Take a look outside, because the birds you see in your yard this spring might be the same birds that were there last year. Happy observing! Look what I found! For this camouflage squirrel and many mammals alike, spring is an important time to replenish food supplies from the winter and take care of their young. If you see a squirrel gathering leaves or climbing tall trees this spring, they could be a new mother tending to a nest or litter. Most squirrels don't hibernate during the winter and are actually active all year long, so they take advantage of all the food that is more abundant in the spring. See what mammals are around you that are having fun with the goodies of springtime. Hey guys, thanks for joining me on my nature walk. I hope you guys learned a lot. Now it's time for my nature nap. See you next time.